G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be ranking the NRL rivalries. So we're going to go from best to, I'm not going to say worst because I personally love all these rivalries. I think they're all great for the game, but I definitely think there are some that are better than others. Alright, so let's jump straight in. I can't wait. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I know there's going to be a little bit of hostility in the comment section about some of these picks. There always is. I respect you guys for giving me your opinion, though. You know, without opinions, the NRL will be dead. So thank you all so much if you do leave a comment. But if you do leave a comment, guys, please make sure you leave a like as well. Really helps the growth of the channel. And if you are new here, guys, hit that sub button. It'll mean the absolute world to me. Without you guys, I am nothing. So thank you so much for your support. All right. First up, we've got the Panthers and Eels. Now, I think this is going to be in unbeatable soon. But for now, it's very entertaining. Always a good game. Definitely draws a crowd. But it's just, I don't know, the players just seem to have this newfound hatred. I know it's technically always been there a little bit because it's the Battle of the West. But, you know, I think it's definitely growing now. So, when I watch this, I'm always on the edge of my seat. I enjoy it. I think it's great. Definitely very entertaining. The next one, Queensland versus New South Wales, easily the biggest rivalry, I'd say, in Australia, to be honest. You know, regardless of sport, I think this is the biggest rivalry in Australia. Best game of the year. I never miss an Origin game. I absolutely love them. So I think that they are in unbeatable. You won't find too many. Obviously around the world there's going to be bigger rivalries, but you won't find too many in Australia, that's for sure. Next up, Cowboys and Broncos. I think that deserves to be an unbeatable as well. These two teams, again, you know, they're the first two teams that, well, that's a lie. They're the current foundation teams in Queensland, but there was obviously other teams as well early on. But these two are the ones that have stuck, and the rivalry has just been fierce from day one. So I think that these two are definitely up there as one of the unbeatable rivalries. Next up, Broncos and Storm. It draws a crowd. You know, it's entertaining. It's always been entertaining, but it's not something. So if there was at the same time Panthers and Eels or Broncos and Storm, I'm probably tuning in to watch the Panthers and Eels game. But this one is still very good, and I would try not to miss it. So not a bad rivalry, but not one of the best in my opinion. Next up, Dragons and Rabbitohs. I'm putting in draws a crowd. Obviously, you've got the Charity Shield, which is always a great clash. But then I feel like the rivalry sort of dies off in the season. I think that the Charity Shield, to me, and in my opinion, to the players, probably means more than a lot of the the home and away games between these two do in a regular season. So for a Charity Shield, I love it, but then I think it falls off a little bit in the during the season. So I still love this game, regardless if it's Charity Shield or a regular game, because the Rabbitohs are in it. But it's definitely not much higher than draws a crowd, in my opinion. Next up, Eels and Tigers. I actually find these games very entertaining. And, you know, you guys might look at what I've got underneath it and go, oh, I do. Personally, I do find them very entertaining. It's another Battle of the Wests. I just think these Battle of the West games are very good. I know I'm going to get cop a bit of flack for this, but as soon as I put it in there, I'm like, bro, I can already see people typing. It's just, look, this is just my personal opinion, guys. And if you disagree, that's all well and good. You know, you guys are welcome to your opinion. But I just love this game. I just think the Tigers and the Eels games are always so good. They're always entertaining. And the Tigers turn up for these games normally. So I like them. Sharkies and Dragons, another one that is going to be very controversial. It draws a crowd. I like it. I'll turn it on if it's on. But again, it's not something that I will really jump to. I would rather watch a Broncos Storm game than a Sharks Dragons one. Maybe it's because I'm not a big fan of St. George. I don't know. Dragons fans, feel free to roast me in the comments. But yeah, it's not something that I will flick the TV onto and really enjoy too much. Sharks and Manly, again, a bit like St. George. It's not really one that I'll flick on. Obviously, look, I try to watch every game of NRL, but if another game's on or there's something that I'm more interested on, I would probably watch it over these games, to be honest. In all fairness, I'm actually probably going to put them in here. They're not rivalries that I personally enjoy, but if you guys do, that's up to you. That's your choice. But for me, they're not ones that I tend to get behind, to be honest. One that I do get behind is the Roosters and Dragons, the Anzac Day clash. I love this clash. I really do. I think it's an outstanding game. It definitely draws a crowd. It's very entertaining. They're both passionate when they play on Anzac Day. I love it. I think it's a great game that will always be a concept in the NRL. And it's just, yeah, it's definitely good footy. So I find this one very entertaining. Bulldogs and Eels, another one that the fans hate each other. It's a bit like a Roosters Rabbitohs rivalry, which I have noticed there's no Roosters Rabbitohs on this list. I don't know who made this list, but you're an idiot. So Roosters Rabbitohs for me is definitely in unbeatable, 100% in unbeatable. It's up with this game. I don't know who the hell made this. I don't know if it tells you. Robert. It's probably going to mess up my video now. Robert, mate, stop making tier lists. This is horrible. There's definitely more that should be here as well that aren't. I'd argue maybe Storm and either the Raiders or Warriors are okay. I don't know. I think there's definitely opportunities missed in this tier list, Robert. And Rabbitohs and Roosters would be up here. Rabbitohs and Roosters would be between Queensland and New South Wales and the Broncos and the Cowboys, in my opinion. Two of the foundation teams in the NRL, and the hatred is just on another level. So I think they've definitely, Rabbitohs and Roosters rivalry is in unbeatable. But Eels and Bulldogs, I'm going to put in draws a crowd, but I'm going to put it fairly high on it because I really do enjoy watching this one. Not as much as I enjoy watching these ones, but I still think that, it definitely draws a crowd, and the hatred between the two teams and the fans is on another level as well. It arguably could be very entertaining, 100%, but for me, I'm going to put it high up in draws a crowd. Roosters and Bulldogs, this reminds me of that 2004 grand final. I think it has been a good rivalry as well. I'm going to put it in very entertaining. Now, I enjoy watching these games. I don't know what it is about Roosters and Bulldogs. Maybe it could be a bit. So when I was young, this is actually one of the grand finals I really got behind. So I would have been about 9 or 10 years old when this grand final happened in 2004. And this is one of my favorite grand finals. I remember it to the minute. Like it was amazing. 16-13, cracking win from the Bulldogs. I love that grand final, and I just think this is a great rivalry because of that grand final. Another very entertaining rivalry that stemmed from around that 2007 period is Storm and the Seagulls. Huge, they gain huge crowds. Both fan bases hate each other. It is so entertaining to watch, and I will definitely turn the TV on if these two are playing 100% of the time. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree with these takes? I hate the fact that there's no Roosters Rabbitohs in here. Robert, mate, walk of shame for you because there definitely should have been. But yeah, guys, that is going to wrap it up from me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.